This is my video response to Black People in Metal by Shennie. And first of all, I like to start off by saying that you said what needed to be said a long time ago, and it's about time you said it because someone needs to hear it. In fact, everyone needs to hear it, especially the stupid people who believe that there's some social stigma on what you need to listen to or what you need to do in your community because of your race. I think it's so stupid that that guy wrote that to you because it's so not true. There was no mandate that came from the celestial skies that says that you need to be listening to this type of music because you're this race or because you live in this community or this neighborhood. You have to do what everyone else is doing. That is such bullshit, and I'm so sick and tired of hearing people that say things like that, or to say that you're not black enough because you don't do such and such, or you don't watch BET, which is a crap network. And I don't watch that. I feel like my IQ shrinks every time my TV passes that channel. Anyway, yeah, and you know what, it's just so stereotypical that people would say that metal is all about devil worship and just being goth, which is not true, because metal is so much more than that. It's a global industry, and the music touches so many more subjects. It even touches politics, it touches personal problems. And of course, it talks about religion, whether it's bashing religion or whether it's supporting religion, and it does not have to be Christianity. You could believe in something else and you could still be in metal. You could even be a Christian and listen to metal. And I think that's one thing people do not know, that sit there and judge metal. You could be a Christian and like metal. It depends on what type of metal you like, because there's so many subgenres of metal out there. It's not just satanic metal, or maybe black metal or death metal. There's so many more out there, and they talk about so many things. And I think that just need to be squashed with the just the stereotype that metal is about Satanism. It's not true, and I hate people who say that. Another thing with the goth comment is so not true again, because you know what, being goth has nothing to do with metal, and I've been told that by a goth. They said goth has nothing to do with metal, and I take their word for it because they know more about it than me. And last time I checked, everyone who says you a gothic, I don't know what being a gothic is. Last time I checked, gothic was a form of architecture, and I'm not a form of architecture. I'm a human. And you know what, it just shows that people do not know anything about metal. They don't even realize what big of an industry it is. They don't realize how huge and how massive it is. Metal touches every continent. I think it touches more continents than any form of music in the world. In fact, I'm going to give you a wise quote from Trey Azagthoth, the Morbid Angel, and he said this is his opinion about what metal is. He starts off by saying, what is metal anyways? For me, metal is for those who are bored with the restrictions and safe practices of the mainstream mentality, just like many other so-called underground scene or movement. Metal people want to get mowed down by viciously sick melodies, slamming over an arrangement of beats that twist the body and pull it in all directions. Freak 'em up. Metal for me is also about self-discovery, not being sheep-like or playing follow the leader, but rather about being free to express one's own ideas without the fear of ridicule. If there isn't any guts involved to challenge whatever is the current social accepted patterns, then there isn't much impossibility for any new things to arise. And this was from one of his recent blogs on MySpace, which he deleted. But I'm glad I saved that quote because it's just a reminder of what metal really is about. It's about being yourself. It really is. You know what, if you saw that documentary, Metal: A Headbanger's Journey, I think Rob Zombie said something of the same thing. He said metal, like going to a metal concert, is like bringing all the oddballs together or something of that nature. No, it really is. If you're an oddball, all power to you, because I'm an oddball too, and I'm proud of it. I'm proud that I'm different from everybody. It makes me special. I think of it as self-esteem. I like metal, I love metal, and I'm black, and I'm proud of it, and no one is going to tell me any different. And you do not have to be black to listen to metal. You don't have to be white to listen to metal. You don't have to be any race to listen to any type of music, even if it's from your native country, even if it's music from your native country. Why you think they share their music with you? Because they want to share their culture with you. Music, no matter where it comes from, is open to all people, and people need to learn that, and people need to learn how to accept that, because you know what, variety is the spice of life, and you shouldn't like limit yourself to one thing because you think, because you're living inside your box and you believe that. You know what, and the next time someone says that black people shouldn't listen to metal, they need to look up the history of metal, and they need to learn that blues is an element of heavy metal. It's one of the creative elements of metal itself, along with classical and hard rock. And not only that, one of the most famous guitarists in the world, Jimi Hendrix, a black man, he is known as one of the most influential guitarists of all time, and he's also considered a pioneer of heavy metal. There are so many black people in metal. There's, God forbid, of course, you even had Jada Pinkett Smith, who is in a metal band, but BET won't tell you that. Yes, she's in a band called Wicked Wisdom, which I think is okay. I think her band is okay. I have no problem with her being in a metal band, and I'm glad she stepped out of her hip hop image and just showed her love and support for the genre, because you know what, I think that's who she really is, because we haven't seen much of her musical side, but we just seen her acting. But you know what, she's so closely associated with the hip hop community because her marriage to Will Smith. But she stepped out. She said, I love metal, and this is what I've been wanting to do for so long, and I'm glad I'm doing it. And I'm glad she's there as probably a role model for other black people who like metal or rock, and they want to step out and do the scene. And you know what? People like that, people like the person I wrote you that message, just need to really shut up and go somewhere and just crawl out their box, or leave the planet or the galaxy or the universe altogether, because they don't know what the hell they're talking about. And the next time someone tells you that you can't listen to metal because you're black, tell them the universal message of metal, which is fuck you. I can't listen to metal because I love metal, and I will thrash out to metal whenever I feel like it. And if you don't like it, get the fuck out of my face. And you know what? I think that's all I have to say for now. It is 2:47 in the morning, and on a lighter note, I want to be you when I grow up, Shennie. Even though I hang out with you all the time, but yeah, I'm just throwing a little joke in there. That's all I gotta say for now. Bye.